Alexander Volkanovski is the featherweight GOAT for a reason. Volk, please do not fight any more 155ers. Now, I'm obviously not trying to say he can't hang with other 155ers, because he obviously did very well against the champion, Islam. But also, I'm obviously not trying to give advice to Volk. He doesn't give a fuck with any of us thing. But why am I hearing rumors of him fighting Dustin? That shit is pissing me off. That should not happen in any universe. Please, God, no. Also, people saying that he legitimately shouldn't get a title shot because he's been inactive. It's like they just forgot he's the featherweight GOAT. His era just ended, guys. Chill. He gets an instant rematch. If Izzy gets a fucking rematch coming off a loss, well, not a rematch, but if he gets a title shot coming off a loss, Volk gets a title shot after his era. 6 title defenses. He's the featherweight GOAT. It's not debatable. He should clearly get the rematch if he wants it. Even though the first fight wasn't that competitive, he should still get it. It's just the right thing to do for old man Volk. I do think he's sadly just going to get KO'd again, which, yeah, it sucks. Unfortunate for his legacy, but he's definitely not going to retire without fighting again, so that's just not an option, clearly. I've also legit seen people saying that Diego Lopez and Volk should fight for the next title shot after Ilya and Max. Like, you're a secret Volk hater. I know you are. You're preying on his downfall because what the fuck are you talking about? That is literally the worst possible matchup for him. Someone who's not afraid to get taken down because they have crazy submission threats. So they're going to box, and he has the most power at 145. I mean, unless you want to say Ilya, but dude, fucking Diego Lopez hits so damn hard. He's such a dangerous boxer. Yeah, I think we all know what would happen against Diego Lopez. The most likely outcome. I'm not saying Volk can't win against these 145ers, obviously, but it's just so risky. He doesn't need to risk it. He should just wait for the winner of Max Toria. He's already been promised a title shot unless the UFC is going to try to fuck him somehow and he has to fight again before getting one, which would just be, I'm going to kill this cat. That would just be terrible. That would just be so sad to just disrespect one of their GOATs like that. But yeah, I think no matter what, he should retire after fighting the winner of Max Toria. I mean, I don't know if he would even fight Max. I don't know if he'd get a title shot if Max won, actually. But I think Toporia's going to win, so let's not even think about that. And if Volk somehow beats Toria in the rematch, I know this motherfucker's not retiring. He's going to try going a second run. I know it. And I could maybe understand the idea of a warm-up fight. He's been inactive for a while. Come back, fight I don't know. That's the thing, because it's so risky. Because if he wants to do a warm-up fight, it has to be someone in the top 5 or something. So I just don't think it's possible for that to happen. Especially being a fighter who gets hit a lot. He uses his good chin. He's used it throughout his whole career. He gets hit so much. He's been dropped by Max a few times, I think. And yeah, he's a shorter fighter. I mean, he has a long reach for his size, but he's a shorter guy against most guys, and he has to come into the pocket and get hit to land too, And Volk's defense has always been a problem, leaning his head back slightly out of the way of punches with his chin right there for the taking. And yeah, it proved evident in the Toria matchup. Not only was it Toria like a monster matchup for Volk and just obviously very good, he exploited Volk's biggest weak points, and yeah, he got the job done pretty easily. And I do think it's possible. Maybe Volk will come back and do that warm-up fight idea, and he could beat a 145er, but not a 155er. They're just, on average, it's just too big. They hit way harder, and especially the matchups he would have to take, like the basically only option he has is a really big name in the top 5. So it's going to be a monster like Dustin or Hooker or Oliveira if he beats Chandler, which he will. He better, I swear to God, Oliveira, you better get that shit done. Just ping Chandler right out the sport just like he was. And Volk is 35 years old, guys. It's not like he has time on his side to just keep sitting out. He needs to take the winner of Toria and Max and not fool around. Also going to give my prediction of exactly how the featherweight division will play out in the next couple months. Ilya will sadly beat Max. by controversial decision, because a lot of Max fans are going to say he outvolumed Toria, but Toria is probably going to outdamage Max pretty easily. And yeah, I can see this fight going to decision. It has to, because if Max gets finished by this Toria guy for the first time, that will be the darkest day of my life. So yeah, Ilya's going to beat Max. Volk's going to get his rematch, and he's going to get KO'd again because he's going to refuse to implement the grappling, which is the clear path to victory. And I know Toria has a BJJ background, grappling background, whatever. That's still the way to win. He's the bigger, more muscly guy. He can outstrength Toria, control him, stop the boxing threat, because that's obviously his biggest threat. And yeah, who knows? Maybe Toria is just that good of a grappler, and Volk won't even be able to do that either. Maybe Toria is that good. We don't know yet. We haven't really got to see much of his grappling in the UFC play out. But now let me get real. Volk, just retire, bro. Like, just retire. If Ilya gets 2 wins over him, it's going to be so much easier for him to catch up to Volk and replace him as the featherweight GOAT. And I don't want that to happen. Like, you don't want this guy to have 2 easy KO wins over you. It's just going to propel him into the GOAT convo and featherweight GOAT convo even faster. And Toria has done nothing yet other than beat Volk. Literally his best win before that was Emmett. It's so just underwhelming. These title shots, man, they're just given. Like, if someone sees star power or a lot of skill in the fighter, they're just going to give him a title shot. And then that's just not how it should work. All these guys should have to fight for their title shots. But I also get it. He's only 35, which, as a fighter, it's pretty old. But not to the point where he shouldn't be fighting. Still, I don't know. It's hard to say. But the man still wants to make a living for his family, doing the most badass job there is. So, honestly, I don't blame him for not retiring. It's especially with the depressed Volk at the press conference. I'm sure that's a real problem for him. Clearly, competing and training and just fighting, having fights booked, keeps him in line and keeps his head in check. Man, I just don't want to see any more of my favorite fighters going big downward spirals at the end of their career, going on crazy KO loss streaks just to ruin their legacy. Like, it's so sad to see Tony going his little CT yaps on those interviews. He's saying he's just getting started. Bro, Tony is so cooked. We may have to watch him get KO'd till he's 50, guys. Along with Volk, because this guy is so stubborn. He's not going to retire. I know it. He's going to, like, fake retire after he gets KO'd by Toria, and then he's just going to come back and... I'm moving up, guys. The weight cut got to me. Like, come on, bro. That is not why you got KO'd again. It's going to happen. Let's also use this video as a way to make a prayer for Max Holloway. Because if he gets KO'd, I already said this, but if he gets KO'd by Toria for the first time, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if Max will retire that night too. I don't think he will, but I don't know what will happen. That will be the darkest day in MMA of all time. Not because Toria is this crazy bad guy or anything, but he's just... Dude, I really do now feel how people felt when McGregor was coming up. Just so cocky. No, but McGregor was likable. Like, this guy is not likable. Toria is just annoyingly arrogant, dismissing everyone in the division. Like, Conor at least had some respect for his opponents. He just came at them personally. He didn't really come at their careers or their abilities. He believed in their skills. Toria is constantly stating he's going to make it look easy, knock Max out in the first round. He doesn't believe in his boxing. His striking's bad. And I don't know if I don't know if this guy believes that shit or not. Or he's just trying to play up the huge, cocky star. I don't know. But I don't like him. I don't like Toria. It's probably what he did to Volk. Maybe I'll like him later in his career. But let's hope Max puts an end to that shit, alright? But yeah, I didn't even think about it before I made this video. If Max actually beats Toria somehow, that fucks up everything. It fucks up Toria's star power. The UFC probably going to be pissed because that was their next huge star after Sean O'Malley lost especially. And yeah, that means Volk can't really get a title shot because what are we really going to do Volk Max 4? Are we really going to do that? The guy has 3 wins over you, Max. You can't fight him again. It just can't happen. People will not be interested. I'm honestly not interested. I'm interested in Conor Dustin 4, but that's because there's controversy in the decisions of both fights, I guess. But the Conor one was more crazy because it was an injury, obviously. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Honestly, I have no idea what to talk about with no card this week, especially. No predictions to work on. But the Moicano-Benoit card is really good. I'm excited as shit for that. It's way better than the Sphere card. Way better. The prelims are so much better, especially. And yeah, pray for Volk. Pray for Max. Please just retire after losing to Toria again, Volk. Just do it. Yeah, Volk, just don't go on a downward spiral even more. I'll see you guys in the next one.